So, for the past 26 episodes, you've heard my mouth yapping for an intro, but today it's not me. So, Kaylin, take it away.
Welcome back to another episode of Girlfriends Without Benefits. I am very excited for this special guest after dark because my person is here with us today.
Yay.
Everyone say hello to Katie.
Welcome,
Hi, beautiful
Katie.
Katie. Hi, guys. Thanks for having me.
But it's okay.
To be fair, she's been behind the scenes on Girlfriends Without Benefits, helping write our show notes and doing all things social media for us, and Lord knows everything else for Tola Digital.
And to make the listeners jealous, you guys, she gets to listen to the episodes weeks before they're actually out.
Correct.
Little plug to coming to work for us.
We're fun. Okay. And so I am excited though that she gets to be, in front of a mic today. And Kitty, do you want me to introduce you first, or do you want to introduce how you met me?
Please go first because I don't even know the story. So you go.
Yeah, which I'm gonna pretend that I'm not slightly offended that you don't remember how we became friends, because I mean,
it's so vivid in your mind.
Of course, because I don't have that many. Like, we've already, I keep my people with me. I'm a people keeper. So first met Katie in middle school, but we were not close or friends necessarily. I think we were always friendly. Like, there was never anything there, but we just didn't really have a lot of classes together. And we didn't really necessarily run in the same circles. I had just moved to town, and so didn't really know anyone necessarily, and was nice to everyone, because that's where I came from. That's me. Yeah.
That's who you are.
Just nice to everyone. So I was like, oh yeah, I don't know. I'm friends with everyone. So obviously, as time went on, and we got into high school, the following year, we had classes together, and we started to become friends, I would say friendly, because we also had friends in common. And so we started having lunches together, in a group, and we had an English class together that is very vivid in my mind. And she sat directly behind me. We were in alphabetical order. And so P and R.
Got it.
Yep. My maiden name started with P, hers R. So we had our notebooks, and we would doodle on a page in a notebook inside jokes about things that were happening in the class, and we would pass said notebook back and forth. And I feel like that was really the beginning of our bond. I think there were some other things that happened that Katie really proved to me her loyalty and her friendship. For me, there was some drama in friend groups, which is bound to happen with teenage girls, especially in a small town that was very cliquey. I soon found out after moving there. And Katie was an OG real one friend and stood up for me in some pretty terrible situations. So yeah, we became pretty close, I would say. And by junior year and then into senior year was really when we were inseparable. We had nicknames, it was, we were like this.
It was on.
Yeah. And both, as a teenage girl, right, you're separating from your parents, you're becoming your own person. We both had those moments that we went through, and really got to go through them together. And so our freshman year of college, we were both at the University of Oregon together, go Ducks, and had our Monday night dinners for shitty Mexican food. And we, would get together every Monday night for shitty Mexican and talk and dish and whatever. And we started watching Glee our senior year of high school. And so we would continue to watch Glee together.
That really puts an age on you guys right there.
It's fine.
Check.
Yeah, and
It's fine.
it was before Glee got really controversial too. So we're sorry that didn't end up so well.
Yeah, that did not end up well. We were really in those like brand new beginning years when it was like it was good.
So you guys
So-
are good if we break out a musical throughout this entire podcast, right?
We highly encourage it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Just check.
definitely.
Listeners, hold
Yeah.
your ears.
We dressed up for the theme every week of Glee. It was a big deal.
Correct. Yeah, we would prepare for the episode. I want to say they were Thursday nights,
Yep.
and then Katie would spend the night, and then my mother would make us breakfast in the morning the next morning before school.
Oh my God.
Wow.
And thus my parents got the nicknames pancakes and waffles because my mother would make pancakes and my father would make waffles. So
Same thing, just
Love it.
pancakes with abs. So
correct. Correct. So anyway, I mean, we really like got close. And I think I got to kind of reciprocate the showing of true friendship, I think in those years too, in our junior, senior year, right? Of kind of, Katie going through some stuff and getting to stand up for her when she was going through the not nice teenage girl years.
Same
You know?
person, different year. Yeah, and different target.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Pretty wild. So that's kind of the beginning, but we've gone through a journey, right? Like most friendships do. So I had my dark year, like we talked about on a recent episode that you guys might have to listen to in the future. But when I am in a mental health spiral, I go dark. And prior to, that self-discovery, I was in one of those lovely spirals and left college and moved to Colorado and did not talk to Katie at all after having a very close relationship. And obviously that hurt her feelings. So we had about a year that we like didn't really talk. And I was in the dark and Katie's feelings were hurt, rightfully so. And neither of us knew how to have a conversation. And so we didn't for basically an entire year. And I moved back to complete school a year later. And she reached out to me. And we, again, growing up, had inside jokes, had songs and things. And I would say that like music is definitely one of those things that like connects our friendship in a lot of ways. Like we've have a lot of experiences tied to songs. And so when we hear those songs, we immediately think of each other. There's just literally one yesterday that came on and I thought of you. Like it's all the time. So there was a song, and for the listeners, it was called Bedrock.
Oh.
Yeah.
I can make you
And-
correct.
I love that song.
I told you there'd be musical interludes. I can't.
So fun fact, I was on dance team and Katie was our manager our senior year. And so she would travel with us and we would make up dance routines, but they would mostly be hand dances because we were sitting on a school bus.
Hand dances.
Sure.
Okay, you're
And
gonna have
that
to
was
do-
one of the songs.
Okay, let's dive into this. Can you do a hand dance right now? You guys,
Yeah,
if you're
we're
not
gonna
on our
need-
YouTube channel, you have to see our YouTube channel because Kaylin and Katie are about to do a hand dance.
But there's only a hand dance to Shorty Like Mine. It's not Bedrock.
Oh yeah, Shorty Like Mine is the one with the head. But what did we do to Bedrock? We danced to Bedrock for sure.
Of course we did. I just think it had a lot of shimmying with the I can make your
Yes,
bed.
and then we would body
I can
roll.
make your bed.
Mhm.
Yeah,
That's right. Yes, it was a lot of shimmying and body rolling. Yeah.
Okay, another plug for our YouTube.
But Shorty Like Mine, baby, yes, I'm addicted to how we kick it because we were sitting.
Yeah.
Why is it that we
Wow.
still remember that? It's been like 14 years.
God, maybe more. Help. Ugh,
You
we're
both
old.
broke right into it like not a day had passed.
Mhm.
It's embedded. It's embedded in your brain.
And it's not like we do this often because I don't know that I've done that in quite some time.
I mean,
was
why
last-
would one really?
Right? Why would one break out into hand dance?
Why would one not?
It's always a good time for hand dancing.
Yeah. all that to say, Bedrock came on the radio and reminded her of me. And she saw that I was back in the Pacific Northwest, and she extended an olive branch, which was very kind. And the rest is history. We haven't really had a break in our friendship since then. Like, we just kind of hopped back on the saddle and continued going and graduated together and just have been in each other's lives for all the fun things. So she was one of my maids of honor. I was her matron of honor. She was there right after Hayden was born. She'll be coming out here after this one comes. We've just been there. So yeah.
Our memory of your first memory of us in class is probably my third important memory of us.
Really?
The important first for me started the summer before high school, and you may not even remember this, but it was so important. After middle school, I had been so bullied, and then this girl came along who, like she said, was nice to everyone, friends with everybody. And I don't even remember how it happened, but you invited me to your house to go swimming at the pool in your community, with another friend that you were really close to her. And I was so honored that someone so cool would invite me over, especially before high school. Like, I had an in. Like, I was like, oh, this is where my life changes. I know. It really did change my life.
I remember that. And we
That was-
danced to Shakira by the pool. Do you remember that?
Duh.
Yeah.
Music. Yeah.
Of course.
There's
Yeah.
a song.
Hips
in
don't
my-
lie.
Yep. So that was my first memory of you. And then, of course, passing our notes back and forth and our glee dates. And your parents took me in when things were hard when I was growing up, and my parents have supported you when things have been hard. And it's been a family affair for sure for the last
Absolutely.
16 years.
Yeah. Her
Aw.
parents are like second parents to me. 100%.
Yep.
So I know my parents feel the same about you.
Oh, I know. I'm seeing them on Saturday. Do you know that?
I didn't know that, but I'm not surprised.
Nothing's changed.
Mm-mm. No, this is not abnormal.
Pancakes or waffles on Saturday,
I
Katie?
don't know because I am
Are you
going in the
doing
mor-
breakfast?
I'm going in the morning. So yeah, that could happen.
You know, my mother does love to mother. So
She sure does. There might have been a reason I chose morning.
Unfortunately,
Someone
the
definitely
episode
gonna
is
be
coming out
coffee
after
involved.
that.
It's
correct.
true. We'll have
Correct.
updates by then.
Yeah, we'll know what happened. That's interesting. My first actual memory of you is kind of funny. So in middle school,
Oh boy.
Katie wore khaki pants and sweater sets. Like, that was what she wore. Like, she dressed like a mini adult.
I didn't have a choice.
Like, she was a mature woman when we were in middle school.
It's true. Many a sweater vest.
Sweater sets. They were sets. They matched. The sweater matched
put a
the
picture
under
on the
sweater.
Please tell me we can put a picture on the show notes.
Yes.
You
Yeah.
have one?
Oh, yeah.
But I remember my first day of 8th grade. That was when I had moved to the town. And I want to say it was picture day.
Oh my God.
And oh God, I want to say it was a yellow sweater set. It was either pink or yellow. And they were khaki pants you were wearing. And I remember you were talking to Sean. Whatchamacallit?
Mullet.
Yeah.
He had a mullet.
Yes. Yes.
Wait.
And that was the first time I talked to you.
Why did you say I didn't have a choice when she said you were wearing sweater set?
Because in 2006, the style was low rise, can almost see your vagina, hip huggers.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
That was
And I had-
2004, 5.
Yeah, that we're very
Yeah.
old.
Mhm.
But I have always had mom bod where, I mean, I have the pooch that looks like I've given birth. I had that at a young age. And so the hip hugger trend was never going to work for me. Busted can of biscuits over here if I'm trying. So I didn't have a choice but to tuck everything into a higher rise pant and enter dress barn was what we had in Seaside.
A higher rise pant.
Have a choice but to tuck it into a higher rise pant.
It was about shoving some things in, okay? No one wanted to see that, including myself.
Oh my God, you're so adorable. And as I mean, if you this is another plug for YouTube, but you have got to go to YouTube and see the goddess that Katie is. She literally looks like a Greek goddess sitting like the most voluptuous, like long. She's like, I just, it's just so
Even when she
imagining
wore her
pants.
sweater sets and khaki pants, dressed as like an adult woman, she still was goddess.
Yeah,
Like
elegant.
she,
Yeah.
yes, like
Yeah.
she's always. I know she loves to talk about how she, wasn't pretty and all those things. Like homegirl has always been beautiful, like
Mhm.
always, because
Mm.
like it's just like
Mm.
she
There are
doesn't
some
see it.
real good photos of middle school, Kaylin, that I think you've been remiss on.
Those are called wonder years, and we don't judge people by wonder years.
No.
Because guess what? We all have wonder years.
Mine
Or
lasted
year.
a real long
Wonder
time.
what's happening with the pants. Wonder what's happening with the sweater. So, Katie, I have a question for you. What is it like being friends with Kaylin, who remembers everything down to the color of sweater set you were wearing the first time she saw you?
Mhm.
Because that's got to be a different type of friendship.
It's a lot.
It
It's
is
a
lot.
match made in heaven, though. I'm the same way. So I'll
She
remember
doesn't let
something.
shit go either.
Got it.
Absolutely not. Neither of us do.
Oh, you had to
Yeah,
find
like
someone.
God forbid you say something wrong.
Oh,
Like she's
yeah.
gonna say, like, you just said this.
I will jump your shit for a mistaked word. Yeah,
Absolutely. And we will both laugh about it because she's not wrong.
right.
It's
But you do the
almost
same
like,
thing.
can I catch myself before she catches me? And vice versa. Yeah.
Yeah,
Dude,
we'll
that
even
makes a
throw
lot
look
of
every
sense.
now and then. A look of like, I'm gonna
You
pick
just
on that
said
one.
that. Yeah. We know you just said that. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, match made in heaven. We do it for each other.
We literally always just say, I just can't let shit go. Just can't let shit go. Sorry.
Probably in our chart somewhere.
Probably.
Oh, for sure.
No.
You really see Kaylin as kind of like your knight in shining armor almost. As like I'm getting that notion. Is that true?
Yes, you just hit the nail on the head, and she is shaking her head. But yes, Kayla,
Yeah.
like when I say you're my person,
Yeah.
that is part of it for me, is that you do save me. You protect me in ways that maybe you don't even know if you're shaking your head at me like that. Yeah.
Kaylin is very protective, though. I can imagine her in middle school being the cool kid, but not giving a fuck about that.
Correct. Yep.
Yep.
Which people did not understand about her.
Yeah.
And
So what's funny is like people would make fun of me.
Yep.
And I would literally like there was one kid. So I have a permanent retainer. And I've learned over the years to control the lisp that comes from that. Not always great, especially when I'm drunk. It's really not great. But in high school, it was very hard for me to control that. And so I legit would talk with a lisp. Katie?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, for sure. And there was this one kid who was a year younger than me. And I want to say it was like home ec or some, random elective class.
Wait, can you
that
say home ec with the lisp?
Well, it's not an S word, so that would be a
Oh.
tough one.
It was only
Home ec.
S's.
Yeah,
Got it. That's adorable.
S's.
Yeah, you did. I had forgotten about your list.
Oh,
It
yeah.
was kind of eerie.
Well, anyway, this kid was making fun of me in class. And so my parents always said that if you're going to beat someone up, just make sure nobody sees. And after that class, we always had lunch right after. And he and I always walked out the same way, which was like down a back hall where like no one really was. And so I got around the corner and I shoved him up against the locker and I said, don't you ever fucking make fun of me again.
Oh my
And that
God,
was
I
it.
love you so much.
That was my energy in high school though. Like there was another girl who didn't like me for whatever reason. And I was on dance team and we were doing some like costumey, showy dance or something like that. And I was in the front and we like laid down for part of it. And she made some comment and said she saw my vagina. And so I went up to her and I was like, I hear you're talking shit about me. You can stop. And like, that was it.
So is there any doubt that she's my protector?
Right.
Zero doubt.
No.
But Katie also, like at her birthday party, someone was extremely rude to me. And Katie was like, you can either sit down or go home.
We were going to drive by her house on the way to the restaurant. If she would like me to, I could just drop her ass off on the way.
So you were learning how to like claim that energy and power. It's like, it's almost like Kaylin was mirroring it and you're like, oh, I have that too. Cause you do
Sure,
all your
she
little
does.
Leo,
Yeah,
shit. You're like, oh wait, I can do that.
Yeah, exactly. I did learn that from her. And even now, I mean, you may go to the extreme side of that sometimes, but
her Aries fire is like,
Can't help it.
yeah.
But I've learned so much on just how to stand up for myself and not give a single flying fuck if that person has a problem. My boundary is there because of you. Take it or leave it.
Yay.
Yeah.
That is truly a friendship made in heaven then.
Kaylin, what are some lessons that you learned from Katie?
Jesus.
Nothing. Our friendship doesn't go that way.
Oh, yes, it does. No. Oh, are you kidding me? You know what's funny is Katie has really been the one to teach me that I could trust people and that I could be my authentic self and that it was okay to be who I was. Like fully, I mean, seriously, like she really does know where all of the bodies are buried, like every single one. Like there is nothing that she doesn't know. Yeah.
We're sorry to our families.
So sorry. So, yeah. And I don't have anyone else that I trust like that. And that's just literally through her actions. And I don't know if I didn't have you, if I would feel that way about anyone else. Like she's just a genuine person. And I'm sure a lot of that comes from her own stuff and like people not necessarily being true friends to her. And so her ability to be a true friend to somebody else is basically like showing what she deserved but didn't get. And I am the lucky recipient of that.
I was gonna say the other fuckers didn't deserve it though. So anyway.
Correct. Absolutely not. I do not feel bad. I'm like, hell yeah, I'll take that. I'll take that true friendship all day long.
And I'll give it all day long.
Even when I'm like, okay, you can't tell anyone this, and she'll be like, I told my mom. And I'm like, oh, fine. That's fine.
I told Sean the last one. I didn't tell my mom.
It's true. The last one you did. And I was like, it's fine.
But even
it's a big something to share with someone. Yeah, I could understand you needed to tell someone about it.
But even that like genuine piece of me, I couldn't lie to you once you asked me, like, did you tell Sean? I was like, yeah, I did.
Yeah, I did. I was like, I wouldn't be surprised. It was kind of a lot that I dumped on you and you didn't really come back to me with anything. And I was like, shit, she's either really taking a hard time into processing this or she told somebody.
What subject matter? No, we can't talk about that.
We can't talk about it. We don't talk about Bruno.
We don't talk about Bruno.
Got it. I respect.
We don't talk about Bruno. No.
We sing that often to each other. I think there's a lot that we don't talk about until it's time.
Valid. Love it.
So, but I think that there is one thing that Katie has taught or continues to teach me, which is also, and I think we kind of teach each other too, but owning your too muchness, right? Like, I feel like that is just one of those lessons that kind of kicked Katie's ass, if we're just going to be honest.
Oh, it continues to. Yeah. I
Yeah.
can be a lot. I fully acknowledge that.
But what have we also learned?
That I'm just, that I'm too much for them and they can leave.
Correct. You're not too much for the right people.
If you want to go find less, please excuse yourself to do so.
Correct. No one's making you stay here. No one's forcing you to be around me.
It's true, but sometimes I test that. Sometimes I will push people away using that too, where it's like, obviously I'm too much for you. Please feel free to, I mean, I know I can be like that. So go do what you need to do. Or even in my own marriage, I'll be like, okay, I guess we just need a divorce because I'm just too much for you.
That's
And
trauma. That is trauma. Yeah. I can relate to that hardcore.
Jade's like me.
Yeah, I do that I'm like, oh, I'm too much. I'll show you too much. And you want to leave yet? Oh, I'll just keep going. I'll just keep pushing. Yeah. Yeah. And then when they
Tell me
look
more
back
about
at
that.
you and they're like, no, I still don't want to leave. Then you're like, oh, can I be safe? Yeah, you can be safe inside your own body first, right? Yeah, that's a
working on
huge.
that.
Mhm.
And mine is pushing them to be like, okay, if I'm too much, I'm like, just limit your time with me between 8 and 9 p.m. If that's all that's what you need, take a small dose and then go the fuck away.
I love that idea. Dosing myself.
Correct.
If you
This is
can
what an
only
unhealthy-
handle small doses
this
of
is
me,
what
that's a
an
you
unhealthy
problem and not a
boundary
me
looks like.
problem.
This is what an unhealthy boundary looks like.
Okay,
Love
duly
it.
noted. I do love a good boundary, but that's not a good one. Accepted.
Yeah. No.
Love it.
Does that still come up like in the present day? Is there still constant reminders and conversations around that? Or is that old version or new version?
I think that's just continuous version.
Yeah.
I really am a lot. Kaylin and I were just talking about this on the phone even before our call, is that she and I both do this thing called crescendoing when we get excited or passionate or angry or upset. Really, any big feeling will get us louder. And that's not always well perceived. So it is by the right people though, and I'm learning that too.
Makes sense.
The crescendo.
Oh yeah.
That's Cass's term. She coined that, and it's so perfect.
I'm
Yep.
glad you guys use that.
Oh,
And
for
really-
sure. It's true. It resonates.
And really, I only pointed out to Kaylin if we're like, our kids are sleeping and she's getting really passionate about something. I'm like, mostly just I'm like, shh, you're gonna wake our kids up and then it's fucking over. Like, be loud all you want in
Correct.
public, but just don't wake our children up because then we have to mother.
Well, thank God mine are used to it. So really it doesn't wake them up. It's Cass's kids that we have to be afraid of. And I'm not trying to wake them up. That's not. Mm-mm. No.
I don't have that problem. I don't have young kids, so I'm just loud and don't appreciate being shushed.
I know. I have a really loud voice too. Are we all
Do
loud
you,
voices?
Jade?
Yeah, I do. Ask anyone in my family, they're always like, oh my God, you're so loud. Like at restaurants and stuff, I'm not being loud. They can't hear me. Everyone can hear you in the restaurant. Yes.
Interesting.
Is that in our charts?
Well, we're both Aries. I mean, what we're all referring to is fire, the fire in our charts. We all have it. Yeah. We all have a healthy dose of fire or houses or planets in fire houses. So yeah, we've all got it for sure. That intensity.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Intensity? What's that?
Intensity? I'm not intense.
That's
No.
weird. I
Yeah.
have no fire.
I'm chill.
But where people did not understand that about Kaylin or me in high school, that's where we really gravitated towards each other. I
Yeah.
loved that you were who you were and passionate and had a voice.
Love it. This has been beautiful. This was a fun conversation.
Did you feel like you learned anything about us? About me?
Absolutely.
Oh,
Kind
God,
of
I give such
confirmed a
good-
lot of things.
So I have one.
Okay.
I have another question.
Go.
Katie, I'll go with you first, and then Kaylin's going to have to answer the same question. What are you most proud of about her over the past 14 plus years?
Most proud of? I'd say the last few years of working with you, she has like completely exploded into her being. And that is accepting every single part of her just as her truth and living it to a T has been gorgeous to watch unfold. Truly.
I was not looking for a compliment. That was not prompted, by the way, nor was it
was
Peter sponsored.
Also not wrong. So
While it's a compliment to you, it's also just a
Yeah.
compliment to your dynamic in general. The alignment that she has gotten from working with you and this team just tapped into who she's meant to be.
Hmm.
I'm gonna cry.
I know, I got really weepy too because it's a true, I'm literally weepy because for you to answer that way shows how much you love her, because there's no like jealousy or like, that's my friend. You know what I mean? It's like your only desire is for her to be as happy and healthy and whole as she can be. That's all you want. And that's just like so gorgeous. It makes me cry.
So what I am most proud of Katie for has been this like reclaiming of her voice. I feel like for a lot of our friendship, she had a voice when it came to us and when it came to certain things, but would not always stand up for herself, especially in situations like with other girls, when girls, weren't being nice or weren't good people, or didn't treat her the way she deserved to be treated. She just would take it. And that has completely changed. And I would say it's probably been since you married Sean was really like the start of it, like telling who to sit the fuck down at your wedding was the kind of the beginning of you just like reclaiming your voice when it came to women and other women and how they treated you and how you deserve to be treated by them. Yeah.
Wow.
So like super powerful. Super powerful. So I think that's what I'm most proud of.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, she's also becoming a beautiful person, and I'm proud of that as well. But and working through a lot of pain and things that she's not even responsible for, which is awesome. But I think that is probably what I'm most proud of. The biggest, I feel like once that shifted, once she kind of found her voice in that area that she could stand up to other women, who were not treating her the way she deserved to be treated, and say like, you're not good for me, we're done here, or you can change the way that you're going to treat me. Like complete, like just so much I feel like unfolded and changed for you.
I hadn't even pinpointed that example for finding my voice before, but you're absolutely fucking right. That was when it did start and something in me broke and I was like, oh, no
and
more.
You were respected too. You stood up for yourself, and the person respected you for that and was like, you're right. Okay.
True.
So,
it went well.
Anyway, that's what I'm proud of.
No.
Amazing.
Go team.
Jade, any other questions that you have for them?
No, I think this is like a beautiful length and so encapsulates what we're trying to do with the after dark guests that are not taking place after dark, as the lights shining in all of the windows. But
you guys can listen to it after 8 p.m.
Exactly. We'll just release it to you in the dark.
Exactly.
But yeah, we're wanting to go deeper and more intimate with these sessions, and I think that's exactly what we did, and it was beautiful.
I just hope that everyone can have themselves a TT, because that is a good friendship right there.
Feel the same about my Lin.
Amazing. So make sure you share this episode with your best friend and tell them what you're most proud of. Don't actually say the words. Tell them what, you love about them, and don't wait for it to be too late.
Love that, Cass.
Me too.
Thank you.
Bye.